Hello everyone, TestTube Gamer here. We got a lot of good feedback from the last commentary episode, so I thought I'd do another one. This one is going to be on the Crucible with Eclipsis. So if you don't know who Eclipsis is, he is a member of the Free Weekend Warriors, and that is the #1 team in ESL in NA. So very, very skilled players. Some of them stream from time to time. I know Jarvs does, I know Ragnar's does. I don't think Eclipsis does, unfortunately. But if you do see any of the members of the Free Weekend Warriors, I highly recommend checking them out on Twitch. And also on Sundays, I believe they stream their ESL matches, so those are good to watch too. I will try to put a link in the description for each of their channels if you decide to check them out. Alright, so the new map is called Silent Cathedral. I've gotten about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 matches in it total, and I love it. It is from the ground up. I love everything about it. It's beautiful. The graphics are insane. I noticed what they've done with all the walls and stuff like that, so you can't, your view doesn't go as far as it used to in a lot of the other more open maps. You can really run this game at very high frame rate because of the closed areas or enclosed areas. So that's fantastic. I get nothing less than like 90 FPS even when shit's hitting the fan. So a really good job there. The performance is fantastic, and I can't imagine that it's completely optimized yet, so it's only going to get better, I hope. I mean, I don't know if they're still going to work on it or not, but that's really something to look forward to. As for the balance of the map, it seems to be vampire friendly. There's way too many buildings and rooftops for them to just drop right onto your team, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's egregious. I think that coordinated teams, there's lots of areas, especially the top right corner. I don't know how to describe it any better than that. Maybe I can put up a small video showing what I'm talking about, but anyway, this area, whenever you lock that down ahead of time before you're being attacked, it's really not that much worse than, you know, maybe the worst parts on Crucible or, you know, places like that. So, and you know what, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like there's too many human maps anyway, so I kind of am glad that there's some vampire love coming on. But anyway, let's see, let's continue. So the other new update that we got was 5v5 matches, which to me has been a godsend. I feel like the slow nature of 4v4 is unmatched for balance, and I feel like that's definitely the way to go to keep the game competitive. But 5v5 has been nothing short of fantastic. I feel like it's very chaotic, very fast-paced. Matches never go to time, which is a huge problem for me. I don't like everybody waiting for every single cooldown, every single engage. That gets really old and really boring really quickly. So I like this. I like this fun, you know. Also, I don't see very many teams of 5 players running around, so you see a lot of random matches, you know, maybe even solo queue players, which I've been begging for months. But like I said, it's really welcome. There's probably no good way to balance around it, and I don't want this mode to take over. I do enjoy 4v4 more in a competitive setting. The only thing is that, you know, full teams versus non-full teams, they've still not taken care of that, and this is the next best thing for me. So if this does get a ranked mode, I don't know how well that will work, especially if they do pre-mades. I don't see that ever getting balanced out, or pre-mades versus single players, I should say. But still, I love it. It's a ton of fun, and it's awesome to see more than just, you know, 3 hunters and a scout, or you know, 4 prophets or whatever. That shit gets old, and I'm seeing one of every class from time to time, you know, not just all deceivers. It's fantastic. I love it. There are a lot of reavers, but I imagine that that's because of the new players, and that brings me to my next point: new players. This is so awesome to see that all the new traffic that we're getting because of the new map, I imagine. But the game's gaining a little bit of traction and tons of new players, and I wanted to say that if you do play this game a lot and you're pretty good at it, try not to harp on the new players too badly. I know it's hard not to rage, because I do. I rage a lot. But try to not take it out on the new players. They don't know any better. So like when they're using the worst perks and stuff like that, they're still trying stuff out. So instead of yelling at them, try to teach them. as best you can. I know it sucks to teach in a match, like while you're getting your butt kicked, but I mean, they're gonna be the player base whenever we move on into open, or the game finally releases or whatever, and it gets advertised. This is our player base, so we want to keep them around as long as possible. And I'm not trying to preach, you know, hold hands and all this crap, but I do think that from what I've seen, people attack the new players, and it's really a bad habit. So try to break that as best you can. I know that I had a match where 2 players on my team went like I don't know, like 4 and 36, so they were over half the team's deaths, and they got 4 kills between them. It was rough. Like, there was no coming back, but you know, I tried to work on my, you know, aim and stuff like that, or whatever. Just, you know, it was a lost cause. There's no winning it, but see what you can do, and then shout them out some tips if you can do that, if you know what they're doing wrong, or if you can see it. I know this is not fun to do, and I don't queue up matches in hopes that I'm going to be surrounded by new players against a team that's just kicking our ass, but make the best out of a bad situation and work from there. So overall, the patch has been simply wonderful, but there are a few complaints. I've been seeing a lot of sound issues where it cuts out, or you don't hear sentinels. I'm pretty sure that's been happening for a long time, but it's getting really bad lately, to the point where like I have footage of one of my matches where there was this crazy screeching sound, and it not like a sentinel, like just this really high-pitched buzzing. Oh man, it was weird, and it was like it was stuck to one area of the map. It was super weird, and I have the footage. I don't know if I should upload that or whatever and show Psionics what I'm talking about, but it was weird, and it went on for the entire match. Like, if you went anywhere else on the map, it would die down as if like the sound effect was tied to that point of the map, and if you came near it, it would get louder and louder and louder, or softer and softer and softer as you went away. Just really weird. But the rest of the patch has been good times. So in the last episode, I got a lot of great feedback, and everyone seemed to enjoy the commentaries. But in this episode, I would like for responses to suggest what, requests and things like that, what you guys would like to see for upcoming episodes. If you would like me to talk about the actual game more, or the match, I should say. Just anything you can think of that will help me figure out what to talk about. Alright, so for closing thoughts, I'm starting to collect footage for a new montage. If you haven't seen Nosgoth Disco, here's an annotation. So check that out. But anyway, I'm starting the process of editing and all that stuff right now. I've got my music picked out and all that good stuff. So hopefully that comes out good. And I'll try to have that finished probably the end of next week, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on what all happens at work and whatnot. But that's the plan. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.